Hello my dear students, I am B.S. Pandey, your physics lecturer. In series of standard 11th lecture video, my dear students, today we are in lecture number 36 and today we will solve very important questions that are very important for the competitive examination point of view. Alright, few questions you will find from NCERT and few questions not directly but might be the data changes and some structure will be changed, and few questions we will discuss from SC Verma. Alright, and one or two questions we will discuss of several competitive examination. Alright, so let's start today's lecture, my dear student. It is lecture number 36. Lecture number 36. We are in friction chapter of laws of motion. Alright, yes. So let us start the first question. Start discussing the first question. Here over the wells, the two bodies are kept. The first and the second. Alright, the two bodies having the masses 10 kg and 5 kg as well. The angle it is 37 degree. Alright, 37 degree. Now the coefficient of friction for both the blocks are different. Okay, for the first block, suppose it is μ1 and the second block, suppose it is μ2. Okay, you have to find acceleration of each block. If this block having the acceleration a1, this one has a2, then you have to find a1 and a2. Okay, the conditions are given. In first case, if μ1 is 0.1 and μ2 is 0.2. In second case, if μ1 is 0.2 and μ2 as 0.1, we have reversed the situation. Okay, in both the cases, remember this base is fixed from the bottom, it cannot move. Now in both the cases you have to find the acceleration. My dear students, to find the acceleration of such system, what we have to think? Okay, so look at here. If you can solve this question, pause the video and try to solve. My dear students, you have remembered that we have studied the acceleration of a body over the mu surface as A equals to g sin theta minus mu z cos theta. Okay, so what should be the probable situations? Try to understand here. It might be that both the blocks are moving with the common acceleration, but it can be also considered that this one is moving faster than this one. Why? Because mu for both the bodies are different. Remember, if mu will be same, both the body will move with the same acceleration. Why? Because acceleration does not depend upon the mass. Over the inclined plane, if there is no friction event, then we can write the acceleration as g sin theta. Alright, so it does not depend upon the mass. Here you can see it is also not depending upon the mass. So we can write the g sin theta minus mu z cos theta. Could we find the acceleration of these two body, my dear student? Suppose if it is moving with the 5 meter per second square and if it has the acceleration, it can move with the 10 meter per second square. What will happen? What will happen, my dear student? Is it possible that it will move with the 10 meter per second square? How? It will penetrate this body? No, it is not possible. So in that case, both the body will move with the common acceleration and it will apply the force. Alright, it will get the force and then the system will move with the common acceleration. But if this body having the less acceleration than this one, then what will happen? Both the body will move with the different acceleration. Alright, first try to find out the acceleration of these two. Okay, so A1 can be written as g sin theta minus mu g cos theta. Remember, g remains same for both the body. Sin theta remains same for both the body. Only mu is changing. And if mu is greater, mu1 is greater than mu2, of course, this value, if will be the greater, this will be the smaller, whole amount will be smaller. If mu1 is greater, that mu is greater. If mu is greater, alright, the acceleration will be smaller. It means A1 will be less than A2. If mu1 is greater, alright, if it will increase, mu will increase, this amount will increase and this amount will decrease. If mu is increasing, A is decreasing. Mu is greater, so A will be lesser. They're very clear. Now, in first case, look at here. In first case, mu1 is smaller. Mu1 for this one. So, the acceleration will be larger. It will move with the large acceleration. Alright. And mu2 is greater. So, the acceleration will be smaller. And it will move with the lower acceleration. So, both the body will move with the individual acceleration. Now, we can find out the acceleration using this formula. I hope now you can find out. This acceleration can be written as, look at here, A1, it is g sin 37 3 by 5 minus mu, it is for the first body, mu1 0.1 g cos 30 to the 4 by 5, 37, it is 4 by 5. Now after calculation, you can have 6 minus this one as the 4 by 5, that is 31 by 26 by 5 meter per second square. And A2 we can have g sin 37 minus mu g cos 37. Again it is 6 minus 8 by 5. Alright, 22 by 5 meter per second square. So both the block will move with the individual acceleration. I hope you understand. Okay. Now the next one. Could you solve, my dear friends, the next case? That is, if mu1 is 0.2 and mu2 is 0.1, what will happen? This block will start pushing the second block. Now in this case, what will be the acceleration? These are not a very tough question, my dear students, remember. But you should have the concept to solve such type of question. What will happen? The student will start solving this question without thinking. And then they will get confused. Why my answer is not coming actually? So the concept should be applied, IQ should be applied before solving the questions of physics. Alright. Now, this case we are going to apply here. Look at here. The forces we are representing here. This is the mass 10g. This is the mass 5g. I'm getting disturbance here. The 10g sin 37. Here 5g sin 37. Here 10g cos 37 and 5g cos 37. This will be the normal. Alright, my dear friends, that we will use for the calculation of frictional force. Now, if this body moving forward, there must be some frictional force. Suppose it is F1 and here suppose it is F2. Now, another thing, is there any move forces, my dear friends? Yes, this block was pushing this block. Suppose this is the force F. So, according to Newton's third law, it will also get a reaction by the same amount. It is F. Now, it is complete free body diagram. We have to do the calculation. We know that both the system will move with the same acceleration. It means the A1 and A2 both will be the same. My dear students, could you write the equation now? Yes, we can write the equations. What we have to write the equations? Actually, So here for this one, tan g sine 37 minus, okay, one more force F, it is adding in the same direction because the system is moving in downward direction. This force and F will be sum up minus which force is opposing? F1, which is mu times, and for this one the mu is 0.2. So mu times 0.2 mg sine 37. So mg sine 37, sorry, cos 37 4 by 5 is equals to mass times acceleration. And what is the mass actually? The mass, it is 10 times acceleration. It is A. Alright. Now we can solve this equation. Okay. 60 plus F, and it is minus minus how much it is? It is to the 4 4s are 16. It is 10A. This is the first equation. Now for the second body, this one we can write the equation as the mg 5z sine 37 minus two forces in opposite direction F and mu, it is 0.1 for this body, mg cos 37 mg, sorry, m it is 5 na, mg cos 37, it is 4 by 5 times ma, that is 5 times a. Okay, after the calculation you will have the 30 minus F, it is cancel out, minus 4, it is 5 times A. This is the equation 2. After solving these two equations, my dear students, I hope you can find the value of A. Alright, you can find the value of A. It is very easy. We should not lose the time. Should we go for the next question, my dear students? Yes. So let me first drop this one. Now the next question, my dear students, I am discussing here. This is questions from competitive exam. Okay. This question I am asking from competitive exam. Now look at here the question. It is over the which a body is kept. Okay. Suppose it is a 30-degree inclination. Its mass is m, which is not given. The coefficient of friction is sufficient to make this body stop over the inclined plane. Suppose it is mu static as mu s. Now, my dear students, this sufficient frictional force is not allowing this body to move down. Even we apply the 2 Newton, then it remain in rest. Okay, even at 2 Newton it remain in rest. Now if we will apply after that 2 Newton, this start moving, it goes in limiting condition, but up to 2 Newton it remain in rest. Now if we apply in upward direction as 10 Newton, again it remain in rest. Up to 10 Newton, again it remain in rest over this 30-degree inclination. What should be the value of mu s? This was the question. Could you solve, my dear students? If you can solve, kindly solve this question. Try to solve this question if you can solve. Alright. You have to find coefficient of static friction. Okay. So look at here, student. How you have to solve this question. Student, if at 2 Newton, if it is not moving, what does it mean? The mg sine 30 is equals to the frictional force adding with the 2 Newton. Am I right? Because there is no more forces. If it is normal, then it is mg cos 30. Am I right? We will write the equation as mg sin 30 plus 2, this 2 is equals to mu that we have to find, mg cos 30. This is your first equation. Am I right, my dear students? Yes. Now, in second case, if you apply 10 Newton, what happens? If you will apply 10 Newton, the frictional force will try to oppose in this direction. It is mg again cos 30 and it is normal. Alright. And here the mg sin 30 is acting, is still acting. Now what you will write the equation, my dear students? Again, if it is in a static state, then we will have, as this is the friction, remember. So we will have the mg sin 30 plus mu mg cos 30, yes, is equals to 10. This is the equation 1 and this is the equation 2. Now, using these two equations, my dear student, could you find the value of mu? We are having the two equations and two variables. Here the m and mu only. Remember, m and mu. Could you find the value of mu? Even you can find out the value of m also. But in question it was not asked to find the value of mass, to find the value of mu only. I hope replace the value. It is the mg sin 37 by this one, or mu mg cos 30 by this one. Alright, you will get the answer. Remember, even you will change the value of theta, what will be the acceleration? You can analyze. Solve this two equation, you will have the answer. Now our next question of discussion, my dear students, it is very important question of board exam. Not actually the board exam, but the school board, the standard. If you are in standard 11, then you will face such type of questions. Okay, which one is easy to pull or to push? Which one is easy? Actually, it is easy to pull a body than to push. Why it is easy to pull a body than to push it? This is the question. Okay, you can write the question. Which one is easy to pull or to push a body? Look at here, my dear students. Let me draw the two diagrams. This body we are pulling with a force F at certain angle, having some mass m. This is the case of pull, and on the same rough surface, it is mu. On the same rough surface of mu, we are pushing the body at the same angle. This is the case of push. Now my question, the same mass. My question, which one is easy to pull or to push? This is the pull case of, and this is the case of pull. Now which one is easy to study? Look at here, my dear students. All the forces you should study one by one. It is mg normal, mg normal. Alright. The component you should break for this two F. It is F cos theta, F sin theta. Here F cos theta. Remember, the direction of F cos theta is not going to be changed in both the cases. It is in same direction, but here F sin theta will be in downward direction. I hope you understand. Let me draw the F sin theta from here. F sin theta. Okay. This was the force push. Of course, the component will be in downward direction. Now, which one is easy? This is, you have to study. Remember, you are applying a force in this direction and it force will remain F cos theta in both the cases. Remember, But here in both the cases there will be some friction force. Suppose it is F1 friction force and here the friction force is F2. Alright. Now my dear students, if you are pulling or pushing a body, you are getting obstacle as F1 and F2. If F1 or F2 is smaller, what will happen? It would be very easy to pull or to push. In which case you find the friction is smaller. In the case friction will be smaller, that would be better because you will get the maximum resultant force to pull or to push a body. So try to analyze the friction force over the friction force only. Then you will have the answer. Look at here, my dear students. To find the frictional force, we know that it is mu n. Alright. Greater the value of n, greater will be the friction force and lesser will be the F net. F net will be in this direction. F net. Okay. This is the F net. If this friction force will be larger, suppose F1 is larger than F2, then what will happen? The F net will be smaller. F net in case 1 will be smaller than the F net in case 2. And if F net is smaller, then it would be very difficult. Actually, I am not telling the F1 and F2, but this is our concept. Alright, now try to find out the friction. Here the friction force will be the mu times n. Try to find out the n. Here n1, right, n1 and n2. n1, it is n1 plus f sine theta equals to mg. It means n1 will be mg minus f sine theta. Alright, and here n2 will be this, both are in same direction, so mg plus f sine theta. From here we get the answer. From here we get the answer, my dear students. Multiplied with the mu, because in both case mu is same. So here you will get the mu times n. This is the smaller, mu times n. This is the greater. It means this friction force will be the greater. In this case, you will have the smaller net force in forward direction. So this is difficult, but this is easy. So it is easy to pull a body than to push it. But if this question is coming in your examination, you have to write in your own word. Okay, by giving the net force. Here, what will the net force, my dear students? The net force will be F cos theta. F net you can write F cos theta minus mu n1, and here you can write F net as F cos theta minus mu n2. Now you can give the explanation, since this mu n2 is greater, so this F net will be smaller, and so it is difficult to pull a body with small force. Alright, my dear students. Now let's do next question, my dear student. Let me do one more question from S.C. Verma. That is the fantastic question. Okay, now the next question, okay, from S.C. Verma. Here we are having three blocks, one above another. It is kept on a surface. Okay, my dear students, 2 kg, 3 kg and 7 kg. Alright, 2 kg, 3 kg and 7 kg. coefficient of friction between these two blocks, suppose it is A, B and C. Okay, it is A, B and C. Between A and B, the coefficient of friction is given 0.2. Between B and C, if it is given 0.3. Alright. Now, the cases are given. What you have to find actually? You have to find the acceleration of three blocks A1, A2 and A3. You have to find A1, A2 and A3. You have to find one by one, but applying under certain force. Okay. If 10 Newton applied in first case on 2 kg, on 3 kg and third one on 7 kg. Okay, one by one you have to solve for each cases. My dear student, how you have to think upon this question? Okay, so let me discuss. First, you have to analyze. Remember students, this question I am solving, you will get the number of concepts from this question. You will be able to solve the number of questions. If you are applying the force over this one, alright, it is 10 Newton. Suppose it is 2 kg, the weight it is the 2g, 3g and it is 7g. Am I right? The friction, suppose it is F. Here the normal, it is N1. My dear students, if you are pulling this body, it might be that this body 3 kg will move along with, or the total system, entire system. Here the coefficient of friction between the surface and this one, it is given 0. Okay, the last surface, it is very smooth. It might be all the 3 body will move. But the question, my question is, if the 10 Newton applied over this one, so which one is responsible to move this body? That is the B. Of course, the question, it is coming in your mind also. So try to remember, as we have studied, this frictional force is conjugate force. Alright. Of course, if 10 Newton, it will be work here, and the friction force in this direction, if it is moving in this direction, of course there will be the friction force over this one as F1. Alright, and this F1 will be responsible to bring this body in motion. Alright, now if F1 it is acting over this one, the motion of this body will be in this direction. If motion of this body is in this direction, so from bottom it will experience a friction force. It is F2. Remember? Now this is the driving force, but this is the friction force. And if this is the friction force, then it works as a driving force for this body. So this is the F2. Am I clear to everyone? Yes, it is now very clear. In this way, you have to consider the friction, my dear students. If there will be the friction force here also, then you can consider the F3. This will be the driving force and this will be the friction force. But here there is no frictional force. Alright. Now we are going to solve. We have to find the acceleration of each block. Now we are having the driving force for each body. Now second thing that you have to keep in your mind, whether this force is capable to move this block. Remember, to move this block we have to avoid, actually we have to exceed this F1. This body will move if this F1 should be smaller than 10 Newton. So try to find out the value of F1. So F1 is mu times N1. Alright, and it is mu how much? Mu it is 0.2. N1 how much? It is 2g. That is the 2 times 10. So it is 4 Newton. Of course, this 4 Newton is smaller than 10 Newton. So this block will move over, block A will move over the block B. Now our duty is to find whether this block B will move over the block C. Alright. So we will try to find out now which one is the driving force. Now it is 4 Newton. And which one is stopping this block? So try to find out F2. F2 it is support N2. Here N1 it is acting and N1 will act over this one also. Try to recall the free body diagram. If you are acting N1 as I taught you, N1 it is acting, N1 will act over this one also. Alright, so in this case, or directly you can write the N2 as 2 plus 3, that is the 5Z. Alright, so it is mu times, and how much mu it is? 0.3. So mu mz it is how much? 5Z. Alright, so it is 15 Newton. Now try to think, if static frictional force it is acting 15 Newton, driving force is only 4 Newton, is it capable to move this body? Answer is no. No, it is not capable. But my dear students, look at here. This body and this body, here, this will not move. But here, no friction force is acting. It means both the body, because there is no friction force and we are having the driving force in the forward direction, it is F1 Newton. Remember, now this F2 is will not consider. Why? Because this body is not moving. So we'll have the driving force as 4 Newton. And this 4 Newton will move this two body together. Alright. So in this way you are having the acceleration of 3 blocks. Now let me solve this question, okay, for you. The answers we should find out, but this is the concept. Remember, my dear students, in this way you have to think over the questions before solving. Here, for this body, for my dear students, the driving force it is 10 minus F1 we have calculated is the 4. Mass times acceleration, so it is the twice 2, 3 and 7 it was. So it is the 2a. So a will be how much? It is 6 by 2, that is 3 meter per second square. We have solved. Now for B and C, remember why? Because we know that both the body will move simultaneously. Alright. So we can write the driving force is how much? Driving force we are having 4 Newton. Is there any force in both direction? Answer is no. Because both the system was moving and there is no opposite force. And how much it is? It is 3 plus 7. It is 10A. So how much A will be? A it is 0.4 meter per second square. So this is the answer. Now this is the answer of first case. Now the second case. If you apply the force 10 Newton over this 3 kg, what will happen? Now, let me rub this one. Try to remember the 4 Newton force were acting as F1 and 15 Newton as F2. Alright. Now the second case. We are going to apply 10 Newton force from here. All the things remain same. There is nothing changed. The 10 Newton it is acting from here. Now look at here, my dear students. If 10 Newton it is acting from here, so it is the driving force. Now from here we know that how much force is acting. Here the 15 Newton were acting. We have calculated, no? It was 15 Newton. So my dear students, if this 50 Newton is acting, what will happen? This body will not move at all over this body. And if it is also not moving over this body, okay. One more thing, my dear students, look at here. Is there a pseudo force over this body? Yes, it may be the pseudo force over this body. If entire system it is moving, of course, this is going to move along with this one. So you can find out the pseudo force. All the system will move with some acceleration. If the pseudo force we have calculated, you can calculate the acceleration and try to apply the acceleration of this body and get the backward force. Alright. The backward force that will be forced to move this body in backward direction. Try to find out the pseudo force, whether the pseudo force is smaller than the friction force, that is the 4 Newton. If that pseudo force is smaller than the 4 Newton, then it will not move back. If that pseudo force acting over this one, it is greater than the 4 Newton, then it will move backward and the rest body will move upward. But in this question, I have calculated the pseudo force is very small, very smaller than the frictional force. That's why all the three bodies will move together. Remember, again I'm telling you, my dear students, here the driving force is 10 Newton. But in opposite direction, force is acting how much? It is 15 Newton. Of course, this body B will not move over the body C. It means, and this is not moving over A because the pseudo force is very small. That's why the entire system will move due to this applied force, that is the driving force, and will have the acceleration A equals to, as we know that F equals to mass times acceleration, force by, and the force, how much driving force it is? 10 divided by mass of all the system, and how much it is? 12 meter per second square. And this is the acceleration of which body? This is the acceleration of all the three bodies, that is A1 equals to A2 equals to A3. It is 10 by 12 meter per second square. This is the second case. Okay, my dear students, I hope you understand. Now the third case, if you apply the 10 Newton force, not from here but from here, again, how much force you require to stop this body? Actually, there is no friction force. Of course, it will move. Now the question again, it becomes the pseudo force. Here the 15 Newton it is acting. If the pseudo force were smaller than 4 Newton, then how this body can move? Here the frictional force is much more larger. So all the three bodies again will move with the same acceleration because you are applied here the 10 Newton again. That's why the entire system will move, and the answer remains for the third case also the same. It is the 10 by 12 meter per second square. I hope you understand this question, how to solve this type of question, my dear students. Okay, in next lecture, remember, it is the second part of this friction in which we will solve few more questions. All right, we will solve few more questions. We will study how to solve some typical question. Okay, my dear students, so this is all about today's lecture, my dear students. Thank you very much.